Hey, yo, everybody. Just wanted to, real quick, start a video because I wanted to talk about a few things tonight that are on my mind. A couple quick things, and then the main topic. So, one thing is my friend pointed this out, and it's not like the coolest thing ever, but it's neat. It's neat, is what I'll say. I think that's a really good word for it. I hate winter. I've talked about this before. But one of the few good things is, or at least kind of cool things, is with all the trees out, it does look kind of spooky. That's true. But you can see all the lights on the mountains and shit, and it's all nice and everything. It's really cool looking. But yeah. And of course, I also like when it's a canopy of trees. So both have their points. Another thing is, just another little thing, I don't think I've been up this way since the hurricane. Because I was coming this way before I started the recording, and I saw that the road was closed a little ways up the road. So yeah, there's that. It just reminds me I haven't been this way since the hurricane. But whatever. It's all good. We'll go up here, get some spooky-ish looking stuff, and I'm just going to talk about something. Not a huge deal, nothing crazy, but it's a very life thing. And since this channel has become life things, me talking about that shit, I just think I'll go and talk about it. So, in less than a month, I'll be turning 40. And that's definitely on my mind. Not a great deal. It's not, keeping me from sleeping or keeping me up at night or keeping me, in a constant state of stress. Nothing like that. But it does bring up the whole, where is your life going? What are you doing in life and all that? And it does harken back to my first, I think it was my first video, if not, it was one of my first videos, if not my very first video, when I started to switch the nature of the channel to talking and such like that, life, vlogs, what have you. You just need to get out and do this shit. Just get out and do it. You just gotta. And I've been getting back into the rut, and I need to force myself to get out of that again. Part of it is, it's getting colder, it's harder to get out, but that just means you need to work harder. I need to work harder to get out. But it's just, it's life. It is what it is. Craven Gap. And I just, I really want to get more into the creative things, get more into that, get into it, stop doing the same shit every week, and I may have to put my foot down with that, with everything going on. And it's like, look, guys, we need to do something different. Last night, of course, we went on the couple creepy drives. That was fun. And I'm not going to try to oversaturate the channel with these things. I'm probably going to take a break after this, or just do it again if I'm going to be talking about life. So it's going to continue to be a vlog. That way, there's actually something to talk about, and not just Spooky Road. Spooky Road is more of a bonus. Yeah. That's a good word for it. Bonus. But that's, it's not something I can talk about too long, but it's nice. And the road is closed somewhere up here, so I may have to turn around, but I'm going to go a little further. But I'm just thinking about, when I was younger, how naive is a good word for it. Youthful and naive. I thought, by the time I'm 30, I'll be married. And I'll do all this, I'll do all that, and that's not the case. I haven't been in a relationship in a long time, but that's a topic for another video. I think I actually have talked about that. But whatever. It's fine. It's not a big deal. It happens. I'll put myself out there and find somebody. Just gotta do it. It's cool. But it really is harkening back to I need to find, there's nothing wrong with my friend group. I need to find more people that are interested in the stuff that I'm interested in. We need to stop going the same things. Practicing the project is nice and all. Don't get me wrong, it's very nice, but when we do the same things over and over, it doesn't feel like much, progress. Yes, we've been over the timeline and everything a million times. We get it. All right, we do that. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because at least it's something, and something is better than nothing. But all right, there it is. There's the road closed. All right. Let's see if I can just, aha. All right, why don't we go this way for a little bit? I don't think I've ever been this way. No, I think I have one time. Oh boy, now we're going up into we're going up in the mountains. Probably not going this way long, just because I do need to get back and hang with people. That's a bit of a hairpin turn. Okay. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and turn around here. This will be a really good, no, that thing, I don't like that either. Because the pavement doesn't drop off like dangerous. Whoa, 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 whoa. I need to slow down. That was my fucking fault. Right here. I'm going to turn around right here. Yeah. Yeah. You got to be careful on these mountain roads, guys. Take it from me. I fucked up on that one. 100% my fault. Jeez. Yeah, this is going to be a fun road for like a spooky, air quotes, dangerous road. Air quotes spooky too, because it's just a road. At the end of the day, it really is just a road. It's like I said last time, our minds are programmed to think it's spooky. But it's fun. I love it. I love shit like that. Anyway, don't do it again. Now that is a hairpin fucking turn. And there's one up here, I gotta remember that. I'm going to wait to talk about shit until I get to the bottom of this fucking road. But yeah, I mean, it's just like that up here. Up here in the mountains, that's what it's like. So is. But yeah, I can't think the last time I went that far up there. So, quick story. Unfortunately, now it's blocked off, so I can't take you guys up there. Maybe one night, if it ever gets clear. I'm sure it eventually will, but it may be a while. So, God, several years ago, because I was out working at the grocery store at that point. Jesus fuck, it's been a long time. So, I had two friends. I've told this story before, but I'll tell it again, because it's very suitable, because we're on the fucking road it happened on. And it's a funny story, not a scary story. My friends and I, we had two friends, both were named Anthony. One we called Rigo, because that was what he wanted to be called. That was his nickname, I guess. And he was leaving town. This one we were all pretty close friends. Dude turned out to be not that great, but yeah. Anyway, so he was leaving town, and we were like, we want to do something special. We want to do something different. Don't want to go home and play games or watch TV or movies or anything like that. We want to do something a little different. So we were like, why don't we have a little late night spooky Parkway adventure? Go up there and find a trail to hike on in the night, in the middle of the night. Which I admit, probably not the smartest idea, but what the fuck ever. So we head that way. And this was way, way, way before the hurricane. Maybe even close to 20 years ago at this point. Yeah. Maybe not quite. I don't know. Anyway, let's just say 20 years. Let's just give it to this. Let's say 20 years. And so we head that way, and we finally find a pull off outside this little creepy looking tunnel. And there were two scooters there. Like, that's a little weird, but whatever. Ignoring the warning signs like a bunch of idiots. And I will say nothing happened. Again, this is not a spooky story. So what we do is we hop across the road and get on a hiking trail. And the guys that both Anthony's, Rigo, who always acted like a badass, always acted like, sorry, I talk fast, acted like he was a super tough guy. You know, nothing scares him. I'm so tough. He and the other Anthony, which, you know, he can be like that a little bit, but not really that bad, started getting scared. They heard, this is what they heard. And keep in mind, Rigo grew up in the country like I did. It was a little creek. It was babbling. You could hear the water. And he got so fucking scared. And then I think that made Anthony scared. The other Anthony scared. And they're like, oh, let's turn back. And this was like 5 steps into the fucking trail. I'm like, guys, come on. Let's go. Let's go. We committed to this. Let's just fucking do it. So, I guess this is bonus story time. And so we kept going. I convinced them to keep going. And a little bit down, maybe 5 minutes or less, we get to this fallen tree. And I start climbing to get over it. And I'm like, stop. We don't know what's over there. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to look over there when I look to make sure nothing's over there. Let's go. No. We got to go back. And I couldn't convince them that time. So we turned around and left. When I started making fun, like having fun with them and like doing evil laughs and shit, just to fuck with them. It was fun. But yeah, there's that. But I mean, I guess that's pretty much it for this video. You know, I've gone over everything. The turning 40 is just, you know, it's not old by any means. So I guess I'll continue a little bit. It's not old by any means, but it's starting to get there in a way. And whoop, it's a bump there. And you know, that's just how it is. And I've got to make those life changes. I really do. One thing is I'm trying to sticking with my job for now. I like it, but once we get someone that can do my job, I'm going to try to get my CDL license, so I have another skill. And I'm going to try to do something where I'm just driving through the night like this. Obviously not on the Parkway, duh. But driving through the night like this, just doing my own thing, being my own boss. And I've talked about this before or whatever. And just, you know, driving through the night, doing my job. I have my home phone hooked up to Bluetooth. They're charging when it needs it, yada, yada. Do some of these here and there. That'd be an interesting thing to do. And just, you know, drive through the night, relax, not have to worry about too much. So I think that's pretty much it for this video. I'm trying to stop it